Good afternoon and welcome to the 26th meeting of the Honolulu Liquor Commission. Please silence your cell phones and other electronic devices. It interferes with our court reporter. If you're appearing here today, please introduce yourself and your client and spell your names for our commission's reporter. And if you're here to testify on any agenda item, please come forward, be sworn in, and identify yourself and spell your name, please. Commissioners, I see we have some minutes for consideration.
Yes, Chair. Motion for the approval of the regular minutes of the 20th meeting and the regular and executive session minutes of the 21st meeting as previously circulated.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. The regular minutes of the 20th meeting and the regular and executive session minutes of the 21st meeting are approved. Let's move into the public hearing calling agenda item number 1, application number 19-14995 from Billow Hawaii LLC. Mr. Ueoka.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, members of the Commission. This is Robert Ueoka on behalf of Billow Hawaii. Present to my right, Mr. Jun Aoki. He's the manager. First name Jun, last name Aoki. At this time, we have nothing to add to the investigator's report. Did want to mention that the item mentioned on page 5 of the investigator's report has been resolved, no longer an issue. We did obtain a landlord consent.
Very good. Thank you. Ms. Arai.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and Commissioners. This application has received 0 written protests, 0 letters in support. Applicant has met statutory requirements for the submission of this application. And for the record, a summary of the November 29th preliminary hearing testimony was provided to Commissioner Ganaban prior to the public hearing.
Thank you. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to testify for or against this application? Seeing none, Commissioners?
Okay, motion to approve application number 19-14995.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 1, application number 19-14995 is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Calling agenda item number 2, application number 19-15101 from Waiko Ken Hawaii LLC. Mr. Ueoka again.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, members of the Commission. Mr. Robert Ueoka on behalf of LIQ Ken Hawaii. Present to my right, Mr. Shingo Komatsu. He is the manager. First name Shingo, last name Komatsu. At this time, we have nothing to add to the investigator's report. Did want to mention we did get a landlord consent, which item 5 on page 5 is no longer an issue.
Thank you very much. Ms. Arai.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and Commissioners. This application has received 0 written protests, 0 letters in support. Applicant has met statutory requirements for the submission of this application. And for the record, a summary of the November 29th preliminary hearing testimony was provided to Commissioner Ganaban prior to the public hearing.
Thank you. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to testify for or against this application? Seeing none, Commissioners?
Okay, motion to approve application number 19-15101.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 2, application number 19-15101 is approved.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Ueoka.
Thank you.
Calling agenda item number 3, application number 19-15209 from Mazuru LLC. Mr. Goda.
Yes, Chair. Due to a possible conflict, I'm going to have to recuse myself from this agenda item.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, members of the Commission. Yogota, appearing on behalf of Mazeru LLC. To my right is Tom Park, a co-owner, and then to my far right is Christopher Kajioka, another co-owner.
Thank you very much. Ms. Harai.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and Commissioners. This application has received 5 written protests, 2 coming from registered voters residing within 500 feet of the proposed premises, and 1 coming from an owner lessee within 500 feet of the proposed premises. 0 letters in support. Applicant has met statutory requirements for the submission of this application. And for the record, a summary of the November 29th preliminary hearing testimony was provided to Commissioner Ganaban prior to the public hearing, and we do have a video submission that we are prepared to play at the appropriate time.
Okay. How would you like, how would you recommend we handle that?
If-
Call the testifiers first?
Yes.
And then view? Okay. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to testify for or against this application? Please come forward, sir.
So I will swear this gentleman in, and then I'll run a 3-minute timer.
Thank you.
Do you swear that the testimony you give today's hearing will be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
Good afternoon,
Good
Mr. Chairman, aloha commissioners. My name is Manuel Mejia, a resident of 601 Oahe Street, the Collection Townhomes. I have serious concerns and reservations about application number 19-15209 by Mazaru LLC. As a parent raising 2 children in Kaka'ako, I strongly oppose yet another bar opening up on our street. Currently, there are already at least a dozen liquor establishments surrounding our residents. As you execute your power and authority to exercise discretion or rejecting or issuing or making conditional provisions on licenses, I respectfully trust you will carry out your kuleana to enhance the quality of life in the city and county of Honolulu and to create a safe and healthy environment for the public, as your mission statement says. Extensive research bears out that granting too many liquor licenses in a concentrated area runs counter to your mandate of achieving a safe and healthy neighborhood. In fact, saturating a neighborhood with liquor outlets will have detrimental impacts to our neighborhood's safety and quality of life. A body of research shows that incidence of violence increases with higher densities of alcohol outlets, and I provide that reference here. Already we are experiencing trespassing onto our yards by inebriated people that relieve themselves on our property, which has also already resulted in conflicts and an assault to one of my neighbors, not to mention elevated noise levels and spillover of crowds and violent brawls from the bars. My primary concern is the safety of my children and my neighborhood's children. I want to live in a kaka'ako where the vision of a safe, thriving, and family-friendly neighborhood is realized. Humbly, I thank you for your consideration and making this dream possible for our keiki.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Please wait. Commissioners, do you have any questions of the testifier? Mr. Goda, do you have any comments on the testimony?
We could comment now, or if it'd be better, we could comment at
Okay.
the end. I think
Alright,
they're all
very
gonna be
good.
similar.
Thank you for coming. Is there anyone else that would like to testify? Please, Councilwoman Fukunaga.
I'm not gonna swear council member in
No,
or run a timer on her, just saying.
Yes, and please allow her professional consideration.
Thank you very much, Chair O'Donnell and members of the commission. You have the written testimony that Senator Moriwaki and I have submitted. And while we know that this is really the very beginning of the process for this particular applicant, we are concerned about the number of liquor establishments within the area. And so while we're not necessarily opposing the application, we do believe that the number of liquor establishments in very close proximity to the residents in this location do require additional conditions that we hope the commission will consider adopting. More, I guess recently, in, of course, Chinatown, the area that we all have experienced many issues and problems. As you know, many of the residents in that neighborhood are very strongly opposed to the proliferation of liquor establishments when they're in such close proximity to residential neighborhoods. In this instance, because the individuals who may be departing from various establishments, not necessarily this establishment, have already demonstrated a fair degree of harassment and other kinds of unacceptable behavior. We believe it's important for the Liquor Commission to take steps to impose meaningful conditions that will assure the safety and security of the residents in this neighborhood.
Thank you.
I'm happy to answer any questions.
Commissioners?
No questions.
Okay, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Next, please, yes, please come forward, be sworn in and introduce yourself.
Do you swear that the testimony you give at today's hearing will be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
My name is James Nishimuro, last name spelled Nishimoto, and I am a resident owner of a townhouse at the collection located at 601 Hawaii Street. The plan and vision for Kako was to create a vibrant community, and in doing so, they included a mixture of all the various occupancies: residential, commercial, businesses, retail establishments, drinking and dining facilities, religious meeting spaces, community activity areas, and perhaps educational venues. I am not personally opposed to the consumption of alcohol and the venues that provide the services. Our problem here in the particular South area, and specifically within the area that the applicant is proposing, there is a very high density. If you look at the license and investigative report that was dated November 14th of 2018, it lists 11 venues with liquor licenses within 500 feet of the proposed venue. I need to point out that the report misses two other alcohol serving venues. They are the Mevi and the Village Bottle Shop and Tasting Room. So that brings the count of 13 alcohol serving establishments, all within less than 1/10 of a square mile. I consider this density to be too large for this particular area. The density tend to attract large crowds that consume alcohol, and they can become inebriated crowds. The crowds, as you know, take on always a life of their own,
1 minute
especially where
remaining.
people's egos and differences can turn ugly and dangerous. The Commission, on the other hand, can establish where these alcohol serving venues can go within the community or within the community. You can avoid the high density mix that is currently there by reducing any further locations of drinking establishments in that area. The residential target for the community is not only for the young individual bachelors or for young couples and retirees, but also for families who have children, who grew up in the community and expected to live a good life. While we want a vibrant community, we also want a safe one.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Time.
Any questions, Commissioner? Okay. Do we have anybody else in the audience that would like to testify for or against this application? Shall we look at the video?
And Investigator Sana, if you could indicate where we received this video clip from, please.
Supervising Investigator Daniel Sato. We received this from one of the protesters. It's two different submissions of videos.
Thank you.
So apparently, this is from the property line and from the fronting of the establishment. It's the second video.
Oh, okay. Marijuana.
Thank you.
Investigator Sato, I just had one. This video was taken from a security camera on the property of the licensee.
No, that video apparently was submitted from one of the security cameras from the condo side.
From the condo side, right? So it was not directly in front of the applicants.
Correct. From my understanding and the positioning, it looks like it's from the collection.
Of the collection. Okay, very good. Okay, thank you. Mr. Goda.
Thank you, Commissioner. We first want to let everyone know that we appreciate the concerns that the community is raising, and we take them very seriously. And again, we thank them for bringing them up. I think first what I wanted to do is explain more about the concept of this establishment. I think that will help shed some light on what we're trying to do here. So although the name may be deceiving, this is truly a restaurant. It's a restaurant that's going to have a focus on food. We have a co-owner, Chris Kajioka, who's going to be the chef. He's from Senya. It's a combination with Justin Park and Tom Park from Bar Leather Apron. So if you can picture a mixture of Bar Leather Apron and Senya, that's the atmosphere that we're trying to get at this restaurant. This is not a bar where we're going to have hundreds of patrons going in and out, just coming in to get a drink and trying to get drunk. It's a restaurant where people can come in and really sit down, have a meal and a cocktail. I also want to explain the venue. So this is an extremely small space. It's 844 square feet, including the kitchen. And so, also the landlord had, wanted or offered outdoor seating. And we declined that, in consideration of the neighborhood. We didn't want to add noise to the outdoor area, so we have no outdoor seating. This is a very intimate space where the staff and employees really can interact with the patrons because it's such a small space. And I think that's one of the keys is going to prevent any type of over-service of the patrons because we can interact with them and ensure that they're not over-served. I think when patrons are over-served, that causes potential rowdy behavior when they're leaving the establishment. And if we can control that within our establishment, it wouldn't be our potential applicant causing those problems for the neighbors. I want to also emphasize all three of the co-owners are well-established business people in the community. They have establishments that have very high standards that they both hold themselves and their employees out to. They all have experience in the restaurant and liquor industry with no problems there. So we're really going to have extensive training, hire employees who have experience to ensure that we don't have problems because we want to be good neighbors on that. And then lastly, I think to address the restroom issue. As you saw in the video, again, even with our small space, we wanted to make sure that we had restrooms within our facility so that the patrons could use the restroom within the restaurant. So we have 2 restrooms within our facility for that. So, we've tried our best to address all the concerns of the community, again, because we want to be good neighbors. We want those neighbors to patronize the restaurant. And, we're always open to answer any concerns or questions that the neighbors have. There's always going to be a manager on premise who can address those concerns.
Very good. Commissioners, do you have any questions?
Mr. Kota,
Yes.
this is a mixed commercial residential zone
Correct.
area, correct?
Yes.
And it was built for the purpose of having mixed commercial and residential tenants.
Correct. It was actually planned a sole whiskey bar in the space that we're occupying, but from my understanding, the prior company that they were trying to work with couldn't make it work with just selling liquor. And that's when the landlord approached us or our clients to try to see if they can bring a concept there, and they wanted to include the food, so it's not just a liquor establishment.
Thank you.
Mr. Goto, what is the seating capacity for this proposed location?
It's gonna be about 40.
40. I'm assuming that you guys don't have any dedicated parking space either.
We actually do. We actually have 2 stalls that we're sharing right outside our location. So we're actually not planning to use them for public use. We
That
figure-
comes with your lease then.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
more for employees rather than patrons.
yeah, exactly. And nowadays, I mean, people Uber and take Lyft, and we encourage that. Even at my bar Leather Apron, we send a reservation confirmation, and that we always say, please take an Uber or Lyft. We never, ask them to drive.
But then
There
there's
is also-
parking available at Salt,
Correct. Yes.
which is very
There's
close
right across
by.
the street.
And your hours of operation are Monday through Sunday 4 to 12? That hasn't changed?
Right now, that's what we're looking at. We're definitely not going to go past midnight.
Have you given the protests that have been received, have you folks, what type of outreach have you guys done to the residents of the townhome owners?
So we actually all attended one of their AOAO board meetings a few months back, and we presented our concept to a pretty full house, and everybody was very excited and had no complaints then. And then recently we received these complaints from the townhouse owners who said they weren't able to make that meeting. So I've been actually in email communication with 2 of them who have been kind of more vocal, answering all their questions and telling them exactly what Neil has been saying. So I told them that I was always there for them to come and talk to him. I'm always open to asking anybody, even though I was told by somebody else that I had no obligation to do so. I still felt like I should, which I did.
I think that, whether it's an obligation or not, it's part of doing
Exactly.
business.
For
right?
sure.
That you want it to be a successful business. You don't want to have people upset neighbors.
For sure.
And your intent is to be good neighbors as well, right? As business, as
For sure. And
homeowners.
I've had a small business since 2004 myself, and my mother has had a small business for over 30 years. So I know what it's like to be a good business owner and a good neighbor, and so I totally agree.
And you folks listed here that you are planning to hire a total of 12 employees, and including 3 managers, correct?
That's the plan.
Okay. And I'm assuming all of these employees are gonna be trained in recognizing over service?
Of course, and the pedigree of our background. I mean, we're only going to get the best of the best working for us with a lot of experience.
Any further questions?
Motion to convene into executive session.
Second.
Then moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye, we're now in executive session. Okay, thank you, we are now back on the official record. Commissioners, do you have any further questions or a type of action?
Yes, Chair. Motion to approve application number 19-15209 with the following conditions. Condition number 1 will be that this application will be subject to 6 months probationary with a 3-month review. Number 2 will be that all alcohol service shall cease at 12 o'clock. And number 3, in the event that the applicant decides to change hours or their hours of operation, it will be subject to commission approval.
Second.
Then moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 3, application number 19-15209 is approved with the commission, with the conditions stated in Vice Chair Gannabon's motion.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Council Member Fukunaga and residents of the community. Thank you for coming. Calling agenda item number 4, application number 19-15392 from the Odom Corporation.
Good afternoon, Chairman and Commission members. My name is Adam Hilpert, Hilpert. I'm the president of the Odom Corporation, and I have no changes to our application at this time.
Thank you very much. Ms. Harai.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and Commissioners. This application has received 0 written protests, 0 letters in support. Applicant has met statutory requirements for the submission of this application, and for the record, a summary of the November 29th preliminary hearing testimony was provided to Commissioner Ganaban prior to the public hearing.
Thank you. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to testify for or against this application? Seeing none, Commissioners?
Motion to approve application number 19-15392.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 4, application number 19-15392 is approved.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck. Calling agenda item number 5, application number 19-15425 from Shark Hawaii LLC. Mr. Uyoka.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, members of the Commission, Ms. Hirai, Robert Uyoka on behalf of Shark Hawaii. Present to my right, Mr. Makoto Iwasaki. He's the manager, first name M-A-K-O-T-O, last name I-W-A-S-A-K-I. This time we have nothing to add to investigator's report. We just want to mention that the item on page 5 was addressed. We did get a consent, an online consent.
Thank you. Ms. Harai.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and Commissioners. This application has received 0 written protests, 0 letters in support. Applicant has met statutory requirements for the submission of this application. And for the record, a summary of the November 29th preliminary hearing testimony was provided to Commissioner Ganaban prior to the public hearing.
Thank you. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to testify for or against this application? Seeing none, Commissioners?
Motion to approve application number 19-15425.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 5, application number 19-15425 is approved.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're moving into the license applications. This is a special license application. Calling agenda item number 6, applications number 19-15776-1, 19-15776-2, and 19-15776-3. Gentlemen,
Good afternoon, members of the Commission. Neil Gota, appearing on behalf of Free Spirits LLC. To my right is Matthew Choi, member manager. We have no changes to the report. These are for the Art After Dark events.
very good. Commissioner?
Motion to approve application number 19-15776-1 and 19-15776-2 and 19-15776-3.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 6, applications number 19-1577761 through 19-15776-3 inclusive are approved.
Thank you very much.
Moving on to agenda item number 7, application number 19-15839 from Bamboo Catering Inc.
Good afternoon, my name is David Webb, I'm the authorized agent for Bamboo Catering.
Thank you very much. Commissioners?
Motion to approve application number 19-15839.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 7, application number 19-15839 is approved. Calling agenda item number 8, application number 19-15840 from Bamboo Catering Inc.
Yes, good afternoon, my name is David Webb, I'm the authorized agent for Bamboo Catering.
Commissioner?
Motion to approve application number 19-15840.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 8, application number 15840 is approved.
Thank you, Mr. Webb.
Thank you very much. See you next month.
Yes, thank you. Calling agenda item number 9, transfer application number 19-14971 from Nara K&K LLC. Mr. Lee.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, long time no see.
We've been here.
I know. Anyway, James Lee representing Nara K&K LLC, DBA Chunks Market. Seated to my right is the owner operator, Mr. Tony Kim, KIN. We have no changes to the report.
Thank you. Commissioners?
Motion to approve application, transfer application number 19-14971.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 9, transfer application number 19-14971 is approved. Calling agenda item number 10, application number 19-14965 from Wee and Sue Group Inc. Mr. Lee.
Again, James Lee representing Wei Su Group Inc., DBA Honolulu Secure House. Seated to my right is the operator. Can you spell it?
Nian Chen Cai, NIENCHENTSAI.
And we have no changes to the report.
Thank you very much. Commissioner?
Good? Motion to approve application number 19-14965.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 10, application number 19-14965 is approved.
Thank you, Mr. Lee.
Thank you, Mr. Lee.
Hope to see you all more often.
Good seeing you.
You know where we'll be.
Same time, same place.
I gotta put that on mine.
Calling, let's move into requests. Agenda item number 11, request number 19-15743 from TLLC LLC, doing business as Misty One. Mr. Hu.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, Commission members. Kenneth Wu appearing for the licensee, and to my right is Christelle Bieniazzi, Bieniazz. She is the authorized agent for the licensee.
Very good.
I'd like to comment to the opinion made by the investigator on page 3 of the investigative report.
Thank you.
While it will be covered in an adjudication hearing, if there is one later on, I just want to state that the notification that was made, well, the filing at the DCCA, which changed the showed a new manager of the LLC, that was done prematurely. Closing was originally scheduled for April back then, but it got delayed. They tried to be proactive, but never corrected it.
Okay, very good. Commissioners?
Motion to approve request number 19-15743.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 11, request number 19-15743 is approved.
Thank you.
Okay, calling agenda item number 12, request number 19-15909 from Sodexo America.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. My name is Patrick Baugh, B-A-U-G-H. I'm the General Manager and Authorized Agent for Sodexo LLC, requesting a long-term catering license off of our current license to service the Wahine Softball Stadium at the University.
Thank you very much. Commissioner?
Motion to approve request number 19-15909.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 12, request number 19-15909 is approved.
Opposed.
Calling agenda item number 13, request number 19-15879 from Keith Kiyuchi Esquire on behalf of Shirokiya Holdings Inc.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, members of the Commission. Keith Kiyuchi on behalf of Shirokiya Holdings Inc. To my right is Eddie Wakita, W-A-K-I-D-A. He's a Vice President Secretary of Shirokiya Holdings Inc. This is basically merging Vintage Cave Honolulu LLC, which has two licenses, into Shirokiya Holdings. By way of background, Shirokiya Holdings holds the rest of the Vintage Cave Shirokiya family, which include Japan Village Walk as well as the Vintage Cave family.
And that's all you have to say.
I told Mr.
We would like
Wakita
you
that
to really enlighten the commission on the purpose of putting everybody in the same pot.
yeah, that's basically
That's
basically what we're doing. And it
We
did
may
tell
not be agreeable to that.
Yeah, I understand.
So you need to present to the commission your argument that we should give you a favorable ruling, understanding the circumstances as you do.
Well, what we're doing is basically having all of the entities controlled by a single entity, which is Shirokiya Holdings Inc. Financially, it makes sense. It also makes sense on the balance sheet and the tax returns. We're filing a consolidated tax return anyway for the entity, so basically this just removes one of the last remaining entities. And I did tell Mr. Wakita that we were quite interested last week as to what was happening with this stage. So
Understand the reputation of the licensee.
yes,
However, we do have
yeah, I
responsibilities
understand.
too. With that being said, commissioners, do you have any questions?
What happened to the flow chart that you had the last time you tried to explain this to us?
The flow chart got a lot simpler since the last time because
Just checking.
what happened is we only have the last two entities left, which is the Vintage Cave Honolulu entity and then the Shirokiya Holdings entity. Now for me it becomes a lot easier.
I distinctly remember that, that's why.
Yeah, it was difficult, and we're trying to simplify things because our CFO has been on board for 2 years, likes things a lot simpler. So.
Very good.
Further questions? If not, I have a question.
Sure.
Okay, so everybody involved in the LLC will be an officer or a director?
What's going to happen is previously the manager of Vintage Cave Honolulu LLC was Shirokiya Holdings. So basically that's just going to carry on where we just get rid of the LLC and Shirokiya Holdings, the same guys will remain. We are adding a director on, and that's a submission that the commission will be sent to administration next week.
And he will be subject to
Yes.
all
Subject
of
to fingerprinting, everything else, yes, and everybody else on there has been fingerprinted, has been vetted, has submitted personal history, yes.
So just a simple question.
Yeah.
Who will be responsible for the violations?
Violations will be Shirokiya Holdings responsible, all violations, and the board consists of 5 members right now.
Commissioners?
Motion to convene into executive session.
Second.
Then moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye, we are now in executive session.
Yeah, that's right, they just took off.
I'm short.
Yeah. That's right, I read that.
Okay, well, thank you, we are now back on the official record. Commissioners, do you have any questions or a type of action
Charles.
for agenda item number 13?
Motion to approve request number 19-15879.
Second.
Then moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Before I make my vote, Mr. Kiyuchi, we will be looking for everybody to report to
Yes.
the administration office. Everybody.
Yeah, I understand.
I vote aye, motion,
Thank you.
application is approved. Agenda item number 13, request number 19 dash,
Next one, 14.
I haven't cast my vote yet, correct? Yes, right? Thank you. Agenda item number 13, request number 19-15879 is approved. Moving on to agenda item number 14. This is a First Friday's post-event report. Ms. Reed.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Nicole Reed, REID for Arts Culture Merchants at Centra Group. I'm here to give the first Friday of January 2019 post-event report. You have the report. Would you like me to go over it like I normally do, or?
Commissioners, would you like her to go over the report?
Well, just if there were any incidents or any complaints.
No incidents that I'm aware of, no complaints, everything went really well, and it was our first successful one with integrating more entertainment and working with that outside group access to pay for programming. So we saw a very full street full of great arts and entertainment, 2 bands, a dance troupe that really engaged the street. So we're excited to continue with the license, but our end goal is to get it to be earlier. So that's our push for 2019 with the city, is to try and get them to let us go earlier so we can end earlier with our alcohol service. But it's
thank
all
you.
positive. Thank you very much.
Thank you. But just to be consistent, can we hear from Ms. Fontaine, please?
Catherine Fontaine, Supervising Investigator, Enforcement. We had no complaints, no violations were observed, and none were issued.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Ms. Reed. No action is required.
Ms. Reed, you didn't have your 2 cleaners in this report.
They
They opt not to?
they're there, but it's kind of more of a placeholder for whoever is available. It's never that consistent. But there's always 2 magically around.
I thought you were the jack of all trades.
I've done a good thing this year to take a step back and kind of force the other participants to do more. So you'll see their faces more
Very
often.
good.
I'm glad you weren't injured either. Very good.
Funny how that works when you shine at what you do, huh? Okay, very good.
The trope of the female, for sure.
Commissioners, can I have a type of action on agenda items number 15 through 22 inclusive?
Yes, Chair. Motion for the adoption of decision and order for agenda items 15 and 22 inclusive.
Second.
Been moved in second. All those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Adoption of decision and order agenda items number 15 through 22 inclusive are approved. Let's move into adjudications.
Good afternoon, Chairman, members of the Commission, Ms. Hirai, Monica Choi, for the prosecution on the record and the items on the agenda, number 23 through 34.
Thank you very much. So let's call agenda item number 23, Jerry's Grill.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. My name is Joselito Kibuyan, representing JG Foods Restaurant and Bar LLC, known as Jerry's Grill.
Mr. Quibulian, licensee failed to file with the Liquor Commission of the City and County of Honolulu on or before July 31st, 2018, a report as directed by the Commission showing the gross amount of liquor sold by the licensee during the 12 months beginning July 1st, 2017 and ending June 30th, 2018, in violation of Rule 3-81-17.54C of the Rules of the Liquor Commission of the City and County of Honolulu.
Sir, how would you like to plead?
Guilty, but with explanation.
Motion to accept the plea.
Second.
Been moved in second. All those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 23, the guilty plea is accepted.
This is a first-time violation. The gross liquor sales report was filed on December 13, 2018, and so because it's over 60 days late, my recommended fine is $1,000.
Sir?
We shut down, we got locked down on June 2nd, to be exact. And we did not get our things due to the lockdown. So we don't have any access on our file, and we don't know what to report, what number what to report. So that's the reason why we
Why were you locked down?
Due to dispute on the rentals. So we fixed the air condition of the restaurant. The landlord promised us to deduct it from our rentals, but he did not. So we did not pay him for 3 months. That's the reason why.
Anything to add?
No, nothing to add. I don't have any information about the lockdown.
It's the responsibility of the licensee to maintain records. And if the records were the only records were kept on the premises and you were locked out of the premises, that's there's nothing the commission can do to relieve
We
that.
understand that, but we locked down by the sheriff, so we cannot do
And
anything.
that's outside of our control. Your responsibility as a licensee is to maintain those records and to file them on time. My motion is to approve the recommended fine of $1,000.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 23, the recommended fine of $1,000 is approved.
Thank you.
Calling agenda item number 24, the Smokehouse Barbecue.
Yeah, yeah. I'm done. Sit down.
Okay.
Hi ladies, please introduce yourself and spell your names for the record.
Shirley Jones.
Shirley Jones.
Okay, and you are?
Monica Masarakaki.
Can you please spell your
I'm
name?
the landlord. I'm the landlord for
Okay.
the
She owns the
place,
land.
yeah.
And you are?
She's a
Shirley Jones,
business
I
owner.
own the business.
The business owner. She has a license.
Okay, thank you.
Licensee failed to file with the Liquor Commission of the City and County of Honolulu on or before July 31st, 2018. A report is directed by the Commission showing the gross amount of liquor sold by the licensee during the 12 months beginning July 1st, 2017 and ending June 30, 2018 in violation of Rule 3-81-17.54C of the Rules of the Liquor Commission of the City and County of Honolulu.
Ms. Jones, you can accept, deny, or plead no contest to the charges. How would you like to plead?
I had sold to
I'm sorry, ma'am, we need a plea for the record, so can you please enter your plea? You can accept, deny, or plead no contest.
I can accept all the things I
Accept,
owe.
Alright, motion to accept the plea.
Second.
And I think I get
Moved in
One
second.
moment, please, ma'am.
It's been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 24, the plea is accepted.
Ms. Choi.
This is a first-time violation for failing to timely file the gross liquor sales report. It was filed on December 13, 2018. Because it's over 60 days late, I recommend a fine of $1,000.
Oh, it's okay. Now, ma'am, please explain. Go ahead.
Okay. And I owe $350.
No, that comes the next time.
Oh,
We have a mental problem.
Okay, so this is for your
Health
failure to file a gross liquor sales report on time.
Yeah.
It was
Because
filed
I
much later.
I sold the restaurant.
This is a health problem right now, yeah.
So you sold the restaurant when?
In November 13th, 2018.
Okay, your gross liquor sales reports were due on July 31st, 2018. So at the time of this violation, you were still the owner of the restaurant, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
My motion is to approve the recommended fine of $1,000.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 24, the recommended fine of $1,000 is approved. Thank you, ladies.
Oh, next one is theirs.
Calling agenda item number 25, the Smokehouse Barbecue. Please introduce yourself again for the record.
Yeah. Landlord Monica Masarakaki.
And for
Shirley Nancy Jones.
Thank you.
Sorry guys, I didn't mean to.
It's okay, it's okay.
I'll read charge number 1.
Thank you.
On or about May 25th, 2018, in the City and County of Honolulu, State of Hawaii, licensee held employees' certificates of registration to wit, Nader Gouda, Shirley Jones, Teddy Starr, Danielle Day, Suzanne Mori, and Ashley Jankanish in violation of Rule 3-82-38.5D of the Rules of the Liquor Commission of the City and County of Honolulu.
And charge 2, please.
On or about May 25th, 2018, in the City and County of Honolulu, State of Hawaii, licensee failed to have time cards or other adequate records showing in English the month, day, year, and time indicating AM or PM and the legal first names and surnames of its employees, Nader Guda, Shirley Jones, Teddy Starr, Danielle Day, Suzanne Mori, and Ashley John Kunish when those employees were on duty, in violation of Rule 3-82-38.4A of the Rules of the Liquor Commission of the City and County of Honolulu.
Ma'am, as to charge 1, how would you like to plead?
I'll try to get it out. I have to you because
One second. You
Yeah,
need to enter a plead. So would you like to accept, deny, or plead no contest?
I accept what I have.
Okay. Motion to accept the plea for charge 1.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 25, charge number 1. The plea is accepted.
And how would you like to plead as to charge 2?
What?
Same thing. You need to enter a plea, accept, deny, or plead no contest.
I don't wanna deny, but I did give a lot of the cards to
Would you like to plead no contest?
Huh?
You can
No,
plead-
no,
you
no,
can plead
accept.
No contest as
She
well.
accept, yeah.
Okay. Motion to accept the plea for charge 2.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 25, charge number 1. The plea is accepted. Agenda item number 25, charge number 2. The plea is accepted.
Ms. Choi, your recommendations for charges 1 and 2.
My recommendation for charge 1 is $350. It's a first time violation. The licensee held the employee's certificates of registration. And then for charge 2, my recommended fine is $250. It's a first time violation for the time cards not having the calendar year printed on them.
Okay, thank you. Now, ma'am, please, if you'd like to make a comment.
I will do that. Can I take the comment? Shirley worked in the liquor business, in the restaurant business for 40 years. The first time something like this was happened.
Okay. Well, if you've been in the restaurant and business for 40 years, then this type of violation should not occur.
Yeah, but it is
We sold it.
It has to do with health.
Okay, alright.
Mental health.
Okay. My motion is to approve the recommended fines for charges 1 and 2.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 1, 25, charge number 1 and charge number 2, the recommended fines are approved. That's $350 and $250 for a total of $600.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Okay.
May I ask a question? Sure.
Calling
When
it-
I do one of the things, can I come down here and just pay you?
The prosecutor will let you know how you can
Can I do
submit
that?
payment.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
later on. Okay, alright, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, you'll have time.
Thank you.
It's
I
a-
will.
there's a
We're gonna
process
get
to be
through it
followed.
right away.
Okay.
Very good.
Thank you.
Also paid right later.
Yes, thank you very much. Let's call agenda item number 26, Tammy's Polynesia.
The licensee for agenda item 26 is entering a written stipulation to plead no contest and also to waive the hearing. I have the written stipulation if you need to review it.
Motion to accept the waiver of appearance and the written plea of no contest for charges 1 and 2.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 26, the waiver of appearance is approved for charge number 1 and charge number 2.
The commission wanna see the written plea form?
Yes, please.
Ms. Choi, your recommendation.
For each charge, if they are both first time violations, my recommended fine for each is $100 for a total of $200, and this is for the failure to keep the rule and law books on the premises and also for the failure to conspicuously display the shelf prices.
Thank you. Motion to approve the recommended fines of $100 for charge 1 and 2 for a total of $200.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 26, the recommended fine of $100 for charge number 1 and $100 for charge number 2 for a total of $200 is approved. Moving on to agenda item number 27, Club Rockstar.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Wanda, Handang, and I'm the manager at Club Rockstar.
Thank you.
Okay. For charge 1, on or about May 26, 2018, in the city and county of Honolulu, state of Hawaii, Valerie Bueno performed as a dancer in that section of the licensee's premises where liquor is sold, served, or consumed without being properly registered with the Liquor Commission as required under Rules 3-82-38.4 and 3-82-38.5 of the Rules of the Liquor Commission of the city and county of Honolulu, in violation of Rule 3-82-38.6a of the Rules of the Liquor Commission of the City and County of Honolulu. For charge 2, on or about May 26, 2018, licensee failed to have a time card or other adequate record showing in English the month, day, year, and time indicating AM or PM and the legal first name and surname of its employee, Valerie Bueno, when that employee was on duty, in violation of 3-82-38.4a of the Rules of the Liquor Commission of the City and County of Honolulu.
How would you like to plead for charge
No
1?
contest.
No contest.
Yes.
Motion to accept the no contest plea for charge 1.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 27, charge number 1, the no contest plea is accepted.
And for charge 2,
No contest.
motion to accept the no contest plea for charge 2.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 27, charge number 2, no contest plea is accepted.
Ms. Choi, your recommendations.
This for charge 1, it's a first time violation. I recommend a fine of $500. And then for the charge 2, it's another first time violation. I recommend a fine of $250.
Any comment? A motion to approve the recommended fines of $500 for charge 1 and $250 for charge 2 for a total of $750.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 27, charge number 1, the recommended fine of $500 is approved. Agenda item number 27, charge number 2, the recommended fine of $250 is approved for a total of $750. Thank you.
Thank you.
Excuse me. Calling agenda item number 28, Pattaya Thai.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, my name is Arnold Green, the authorized representative for Pattaya Thai. To my right is Yuri Senkowski, Senkowski.
Does Ms. Sankowski wish to read the charges?
I'm going to say that I'd like to waive.
Okay. And how would you like to plead as to charge 1? Motion to accept the no contest plea for charge 1.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 28, charge number 1, the no contest plea is accepted.
And your plead as to charge 2.
No contest.
Motion to accept the no contest plea for charge 2.
Second.
Agenda item number 28, charge number 2, the no contest plea is accepted.
And your plead for charge 3. Motion to accept the no contest plea for charge 3.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 28, charge number 3, no contest plea is accepted.
Ms. Choi, your recommendations for all 3 charges.
All 3 charges are first time violations. For the first charge, my recommended fine is $350 for having an unregistered employee. For the second charge, my recommendation is $250 for not having a time card for the employee Kaihea Kealoha. And then for charge 3, my recommended fine is $250 for not keeping proper time record entries.
I'm sorry, you said 350?
I'm sorry, $250.
250.
So for a total of $850.
Sir, any comment?
No.
My motion is to approve the recommended fines for charges 1, 2, and 3 for a total of $850.
Second.
Then moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Motion is carried. Agenda item number 28, charge number 1, 2, and 3, total collection of $850. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Calling agenda item number 29, Shore Fry. Can we have a call for Shore Fry, please? No response?
So, I move for a default judgment on charges 1 and 2.
And was this licensee duly noticed?
Yes, they were. The operations manager, I believe it was Alfred Wiltshire, was served in person.
And your recommendations for fines?
For the first charge, it's a first time violation for not having a manager on duty, and my recommended fine is $500. And for the second charge, it's a first time violation for the failure to make proper time entries. My recommended fine is $250.
Motion to approve a default judgment in the amount of $750.
Second.
Then moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 29, charge number 1, default judgment will be issued in $500. Agenda item number 29, agenda item number 2, a default judgment in the amount of $250 will be issued for a total for charges 1 and 2 of $750. Calling agenda item number 30, Tropics Ale House Waikiki.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, members of the Commission, Keith Kyuchi for the licensee. To my right is Payam Kashani, Kashani. He's a manager of the LC. We've waived reading of the charges. As to starting with count 1, we enter no contest.
Motion to accept the no contest plea for charge 1.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 30, charge number 1, the no contest plea is accepted.
As to charge 2, we enter a no contest.
Motion to accept the no contest plea for charge 2.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 30, charge number 2, no contest plea is accepted.
And as to charge 3, we also enter no contest.
Motion to accept the no contest plea for charge 3.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 30, charge number 3, the no contest plea is accepted.
Ms. Choi, your recommendations?
For charge 1, it's a first time violation for failure to conspicuously post the license on the premises. My recommended fine is $500. For charge 2, it's a first time violation for having an unregistered employee. My recommended fine is $350. And then for charge 3, it's a first time violation for the failure to have an active manager on duty, and my recommended fine is $500. So this is for a total of $1,350.
Thank you.
So the commission knows neither Mr. Kashani and I knew about the violations that was observed earlier this month. The notice of the violations were issued in May of last year to the manager, and the manager at the time, a guy named Chad, never gave it to Mr. Kashani. What happened, let's start with Chad. Chad was the manager on duty. He had a blue card with Tropics Kakako. However, he failed to make sure that that blue card transferred over to Tropics Waikiki. Similarly, with the 2 employees, he was also responsible as manager for making sure all the employees were registered. 2 of the employees were not registered. And Mr. Kashani will explain, after I finish that manager has since been let go. We had issues with the manager even before we got notice of this in January. As to the third violation, what happened is the license was on the premises. Problem was hidden behind some tall liquor bottles. So that has since been rectified, that's been taken out.
Clearly posted.
Clearly posted, I mean, that's what it says, right? So it's gotta be clearly posted. But, and then I'll let Pat explain what happened with the manager.
Well, again, like Mr. Kyuchi said, we had no knowledge of violations, and it was way back in May, and he received those violations that night during that service period, and basically hid them from us, or from me especially. So yeah, we had literally no idea of it until Mr. Kyuchi brought it to my attention a few weeks back. We were having problems with that manager in general. He'd actually been with us through 3 locations. We've never really experienced issues like that with him in the past, but recently in this new location, there's a new position, he failed to perform under under the job requirements. So since that time, he's been let go. There's a new operations manager in place, and she has a blue card with the commission. She's on premises like 10 hours a day.
Going forward?
She's
going forward?
Going forward, yeah.
Let's hear it.
Going forward.
Going forward.
What's going to happen?
Going forward.
Going forward. Let's hear it.
We will not be sitting here having this talk again.
Well, so the commission knows, we've got 4 people registered with blue cards. Because with most of my clients, I tell them you want at least 2 blue card holders on the floor at all times, because it's actually a violation if the blue card holder and the only guy in there has a blue card goes to the bathroom. That's technically a violation. So that's why you should have at least 2, preferably 3 guys on the floor.
Yeah, just so the commission knows, all of our bartenders are required to have blue cards, just in case, and it just happened to be this night.
And we are talking about how many bartenders?
There's 8 bartenders,
8
and our chef
bartenders.
has a blue card.
All
as
with
well.
blue cards.
Yeah, and our chef has a blue card.
Very good.
Okay, well, thank you for the explanation. As the licensee, you're strictly responsible for the conduct of all of your employees, and you're responsible for being notified about these violations. So, that being said, my motion is to approve the recommended fines for charges 1, 2, and 3 for a total of $1,350.
Second.
Then moved in second. All those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 30, charges number 1, 2, and 3. A total recommended fine of $1,350 is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, gentlemen. Let's move into agenda item number 31, Queen Kapiolani Hotel.
The authorized representative, Terrence Lee, he's not available today and he requested a continuance to be off island. He requested continuance to February 28th, 2019, and I have no objection.
Thank you.
Motion to continue agenda item 31, Queen Kapiolani Hotel to February 28th, 2019.
Second.
Been moved in second. All those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 31 is continued to February 28, 2019. Calling agenda item number 32, TJ Sports Bar and Grill.
For this, the owner wishes to continue this matter to February 21st, 2019 to give herself time to prepare and also consult with her attorney. I have no objection to the continuance to February 21st.
Motion to continue agenda item 32, TJ's Sports Bar and Grill to February 21st, 2019.
Second.
Moved in second. All those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 32 is continued to February 21st, 2019. Calling agenda item number 33, Beer Lab High.
Hi, Nicholas Wong, Beer Lab Way owner.
Do you read reading of the charge?
Yes, please.
How would you like to plead, Mr. Wong?
No contest.
Motion to accept the no contest plea.
Second.
Been moved in second. All those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 33, no contest plea is accepted.
Ms. Choi.
This is a first-time violation for an employee consuming liquor while on duty. My recommended fine is $500.
Mr. Wong, any comment?
Since then we have suspended that employee following this violation. Since then we have retrained her, and since then she has not received any violation since then.
Okay, Mr. Wong, I'm disappointed. You knew you knew the community's concern and you knew how much this commission went out of their way to accommodate your license. To have one of your employees that you're solely responsible for as the licensee to violate the rules, I'm very disappointed. Don't let something like that happen again.
Understood.
Thank you.
Motion to approve the recommended fine of $500.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 33, the recommended fine of $500 is approved. Calling agenda item number 34, Beer Lab Hawaii.
Oh, Nicholas Wong, owner of Beer Lab Hawaii.
Mr. Wong, do you waive reading of the
Yes,
charge? How would you like to plead?
No contest.
Motion to accept the no contest plea.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 34, the no contest plea is accepted.
Ms. Choi, your recommendation.
This is a first time violation for the failure to display the brand name of the drop beer sold. My recommended fine is $1,000.
Mr. Wong, you have any comment?
Yes. So I guess this happened back in May, and then we are a brewery that we brew all of our own beer, and we are the only draft distributor. I do understand what the law says, and since then we have worked with our senators and our craft brewers guild to actually put a bill, House Bill number 1172, into motion. We'll be meeting with some of the senators actually on Monday regarding this bill. I believe it. It is an old law, and we are working to change that. However, I do understand how the law reads, and it seems that from this, from this law, been quite a few of complaints sent to you guys to go and try to do some stuff with that. So, that's all I got.
Okay, Mr. Wong, again, when you presented your business plan and you went in detail with this commission about all of the procedures that you are going to follow, looks like we had a little hole in the business plan.
I'd like to speak on that a little bit. This is
Okay.
actually for our university location, and this happened actually back in May. The one you're talking about is actually for a separate license, B0015 at our YPO location. So I guess this actually happened a while back, even before this YPO concept even came to our mind here. So since then, we have again done what we have to correct these laws and put this into motion to actually change the law to better suit what we do as a business.
Okay, very good.
Chair,
Go
motion
ahead.
to convene into executive session.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. We are now in executive session.
Tax evasion is the second one.
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay, thank you. We are now back on the official record. Commissioners, do you have any questions or type of action?
Yes, sir. Mr. Wong, we understand about the HRS filing. Just wanted to, but you haven't represented how your taps are. It's going to require some kind of marking.
Yes. So we know the law says that it needs to be on the tap handle. Right now, I guess we put out menus with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I know that's not what the law is. And I guess for right now, moving forward, it's blue tape taped to our tap handles. So we don't have the funds to create tap handles for every single one of our beers that are coming out. So it's blue tape taped to a tap handle at this point.
With numbers on it.
I mean, well, it's just gonna be because it says the law is you have to state who's the manufacturer.
I'm actually. So what do you have in place now?
So right now, we've changed out our other locations, YPO programs with the beer lab tap handles, but we don't have enough. So we're putting blue tape right now.
The blue tape has what on
It just says beer lab Hawaii written on it because that's really what the law says, right?
it? It has to identify the product within that.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
coming out of the handle. So how is that?
So again, blue tape beer lab Hawaii with the beer as much as we can fit it, and it's gonna look terrible, but I mean that's really the only way we can meet the law because for what we do, we create different beers consistently, right? And we
Right.
try to experiment as much as possible, and there's no way that we have the financial funds to keep up with it like the Konas and Molly's do, right? and so we're pretty stuck on just, hey, we gotta just blue tape and write it.
I think what just to elaborate on what he's asking is if I ask to order a certain beer that you have and you say it's in a menu. So is it a menu that says 1, 2, 3, 4,
yes,
this is what it is?
Yes.
And it is labeled 1, 2, 3, 4? Is that what's happening?
That's what's happening right now, but it just, I mean, it's like, just try to further comply with it. I mean, the only way I can really think to do it is to tape blue tape to our handles and write it on.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of ways to do it, and I'm sure the whole guild and their whole association is probably formulating a way to present within the HRS to do so. But we just want to know, and make sure that the customer can kind of relate whether it's name or number, or we just want to know.
So that was our first kind of hack at it, was to menu board up top with the paper menu in front of you, we labeled 1 through 10 with the beer next to it, and that's related to the tap handles that we have with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 10. But again, I mean, that's what we're doing right now.
Okay, thank you.
And the quantity of the barrel does not change. In other words, you cannot, if I ordered barrel number 2, right? Okay, and that went empty, you couldn't tap into barrel number 3, which I would be getting a different product, right?
Oh yeah, no, there's one line is for one beer.
One line per. Right. Thank you.
Seeing as this is being considered before the legislature this session, but however it is a violation of the current HRS in place, my motion is to approve the recommended fine of $1,000 for for agenda item 34. However, we'll suspend collection of that for a period of 1 year, provided no similar violations occur. So if a similar violation occurs in the 1 year period, that $1,000 will be collectible in addition to any other fines levied by the commission. So I strongly recommend that you talk to your legislature and try to get this law changed in your favor.
Gotcha.
Second.
Yeah, go ahead.
Quick question. So, okay, so I guess at our university location, this actually happened last night. The system that we put in place there, which is exactly what I was saying, the menu up top with the numbers related to the tap handles. We had, I guess, somebody complained again and said that, so an investigator came in to cite us for the exact same thing. I guess he made it a warning this time, I guess, because it's, he knows that the legislation is going through. I guess we're a little bit, right now I guess I'm a little confused on even how to even do this. That's why I kind of brought up that blue tape. Because we had, when I called last time and asked, they said, okay, this is my plan about what I'm going to do. I'm going to label like tap handles 1 through whatever. So they have your menu 1 through whatever, and we're good. They said, yeah, we're okay. And then I guess I was a little confused with this last night that now that's not okay. So I guess, I guess you were kind of mentioning that pending any future violations, right? And so I guess I'm a little confused on how to even.
Let me ask you this, Mr. Wong. The complaint that happened, was it from a patron?
No, it was from some other entity that has a problem with
competitor.
Yes.
So it wasn't a patron that was there that said, I ordered this type of brew. Okay.
So I guess at this point I'm a little again.
Have you visited his establishment?
I
mean, hey, if that's the way the game is played, then everybody plays the same.
If my motion carries, then the 1 year will be from today. So
no, but it'll be from the service of decision
the
and
service
order.
of the decision and order.
And
from
a warning
today's
is not
hearing.
considered a violation.
And a warning is not considered a violation. So we'll and if you have additional questions, you're free to speak with the administration of how to address your issue for the time being until the legislation can take its course. So again, my motion is to approve the recommended fine of $1,000. Suspend that collection for a period of 1 year, provided no similar violations occur.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 34, the recommended fine of $1,000 is approved. However, that $1,000 will be suspended for a period of 1 year, provided no similar violation occurs during that 1 year period. If a similar violation does occur, that $1,000 will be collectible plus any additional fines levied by this commission. Okay? Remember now, gotta get that bill passed, right?
I'll be there on Monday.
I like that, I like that.
Thank you, Mr. Wong.
Okay.
Thank you.
Calling agenda item number 35. Mr. Rai, would you like to opine on your legislative report? We did get a
little bit of a summary, right?
yeah.
So, I mean, basically, I haven't checked the bill tracker to date. Today's bill intro cutoff, but basically 35 bills that we're looking at, of which only 10 are directly related to alcohol. Of that 10, we'll be submitting written testimony on at least 7. That number may change because I have to check the tracker today. And as I mentioned in the weekly report, initially we had included, there's information that will be of interest to our licensees that aren't directly alcohol related. For example, the polystyrene foam ban,
right, yeah.
and adult entertainment tax and all that kind of good stuff. We're including bills on recreational cannabis, just for FYI, and we were tracking the election reform until we realized how many bills were there in terms of that mandatory recount. It would have expanded our list way beyond because there's so many of those bills being introduced this session. So we'll just wait and let the news tell us what happens with that.
No, really,
It was
really.
gonna like increase the size of the list by like 15 or something like that. It's kind of amazing. So that's where we're at. It's gonna be another interesting session, but manageable.
Yeah. Hopefully nobody gets any stupid ideas and try to connect us with that cannabis.
So far, it's not.
It's
But
not,
having
right,
something,
yeah.
having stuff in play that has the word county and the cannabis legalization is kind of risky because that bill is in play.
Yeah.
And someone could just go in and change it, but we'll just see.
And looking at some of the other licensees throughout the United States and what's happening with them, I don't think we want to get involved in that at all.
I think it is kind of interesting. There's a lot of the recreational cannabis bills are the decriminalization type, and I think that's under current administration federally. That's probably one of the safer ways to go, is the decrim route. That's a personal opinion, not that of administration, the liquor commission, or anything like that.
So I just came back from Vegas this morning, right? So you better when you walk down the strip, you better have a mask on. Otherwise you may get high on secondary smoke. Oh man, it's unbelievable. In the casinos and everything.
In the casino.
In the casinos.
Yeah, really, because recreational.
Yeah.
Anytime, any place, anywhere.
It's not a good place for families anymore.
Yeah,
I
no.
brought my 2 girls and that's all they grumbled about was that they were gonna get in trouble for smelling.
Very good.
Smelling
For
like
smelling
weed.
Well, I told them, I said, you know what it
Being
smells
said,
like.
now is the hour of 6 p.m.